An Introduction to Japanese Zen. Japanese Zen is a branch of Buddhism. Different branches of Buddhism were introduced to Japan at different times across history, and Zen was one of them. The idea of Zen started with Bodhidharma, shown in the middle of this page, who sat in meditation in a cave without eating, drinking, or sleeping for 9 years. It was then introduced to Japan by Master Dogen in 1227 and developed independently from there on. Here is a short introduction to Dogen's career. In 1215, Dogen left Japan to study Buddhism in China, which was in its Song dynasty. There he met his master and mentor, Ru Jing, who held a temple on Tiantongshan Mountain, showed on the upper left corner of this slide. He practiced meditation diligently and acquired the core beliefs of Master Ru Jing. In 1227, Dogen returned to Japan, bringing with him Zen Buddhism. He entered the temple Kenninji, showed on the bottom right corner of this slide, in October 1227, and wrote in Kenninji his first major text, Fukan Zazengi. In 1230, Dogen went on to Kyokurakji for a solitary retreat, and wrote 2 more texts, Seiho Ganzo and Bendowa. In 1231, Dogen gained more followers as he became better at lecturing. From then on, he became known as the Master Dogen, who introduced Zen to Japan. The core values and main beliefs of Japanese Zen are mainly those of Master Dogen. In truth, there is only one belief in Japanese Zen, which is to say, there is no belief. Just like this blank page, an image of one color is no image. I will now explain 3 different famous sayings of Japanese Zen, and it is not hard to see that they are all circling around one core, which is impossible to express by words. Shikan Daza, or Hitasura Suwaru in modern Japanese, or 只管打坐 in Mandarin, means only care about meditating and think about nothing else. This is much harder than it seems, for one should not even think about the difference between right or wrong, true or false, should not even think about one's goal of the very act of meditating, should not even think about enlightenment, should not even think about thinking about nothing, and just meditate. Shinshin Datsuraku, or Migokoro wo nuku otosu in modern Japanese, or Shenshin Toro in Mandarin, means let one's body and mind fall off. It is believed in Japanese Zen that there is more to a person than a body and a mind. There is a nucleus, in a sense. To discover that nucleus, one needs to let his or her body and mind fall off. While on the other hand, it is also said that there is nothing within us that makes us us, which is okay, for nothingness is embraced in Zen. Furitsumoji, or moji o tatenai in modern Japanese, or buri wenzi in Mandarin, means do not establish scriptures. This is a very unique belief of Japanese Zen. It is considered wrong to write a scripture out, since the truth can never be expressed properly through words. This is influenced by the core teaching of Taoism, which states, if a truth can be expressed in words, then it is not the eternal truth. If we name an object by some word, then immediately the name becomes not the object. A Western parallel of this theory can be seen in Plato's works. Therefore, to establish a scripture and force followers to believe in those words is equivalent to purposefully misleading the followers. While Japanese Zen consists of no scriptures, it does have a collection of texts. These are not statements and commandments like in the Bible, but rather suggestions to the practitioners of Zen, which they can choose to take or not. Not obeying the texts of Zen does not disqualify a person from practicing Japanese Zen. Much of these texts are the Buddhist texts from India, such as the Heart Sutra, which Japanese Zen share with all other branches of Buddhism. A text which is unique to Japanese Zen would be Fukan Zazengi, written by Master Dogen. It is the standard of how to physically perform meditations, the guideline of how to meditate while being respectful to others around you, and a widely taken suggestion for how to get something out of meditation. The most significant tradition of Japanese Zen is the week of Rohatsu Kesshin. For those 7 days, monks meditate as if it was one single day. This means they have to stay awake for many days in a row, sitting in meditation with very little to eat. This is in memory of the Buddha's enlightenment after 7 days of meditation. The exact date of Rohatsu Kesshin depends on the monastery, but usually it is in winter or autumn. This is the most important event in Japanese Zen, and is said to be the most challenging for the monks as well. Thank you for listening, and what do you think? Shall we have a little meditation now?